Let's analyze together Soundhound AI. What's happening right now? Making new highs.
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. More than 22% while we're recording the video. Very interesting price action. You can see right there in the daily time frame that breakout occurred with a lot of strength. And from there, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, maybe we can see with more detail. Exactly, it had kind of a retest right there and the price started to go even higher. So key question, now that we saw this breakout, do you think this breakout will continue and we will see higher prices? Will we see another retest before we see higher prices, or will we visit lower prices again? Both opinions, mixed opinions as usual, but share all of them in the comments below and the reasons behind it. Let's get started.
Well, there is a lot of hype involved, Enrique, because if we go to net income, it's like there is like a completely, it's not correlated at all because we have obviously the losses were like kind of better, instead of 30 minus 37, it's just minus 21 million. But obviously, it's like that's not justified to see the stock making new highs because in December 2023 they had like a losses of minus 18 million, and at that time it was trading at $10, and now it's more than double. It's completely crazy.
When you see this chart, is like that you tend to expect when it reaches previous highs. We are talking about the price of May 2022. You may think, well, people will start to think, will take profits, but you saw that breakout right there. We have the information, once it happened, you can clearly see the volume was big and it didn't retrace. Then we had the retest, and from there it started to go even higher. So we'll have to wait and see if this continues or not, but the breakout already happened. We will see if it's a false breakout or not. Then we have information right here. Of course, we have a strong financial performance, as you mentioned, a better from a previous perspective. Then we have a positive growth outlook, and I think in my opinion, the key factor for this last uptrend has been the strategic partnership with companies such as Stellantis that we mentioned in previous videos of EV cars, and Nvidia, that a lot of people have a lot of faith, we could say, or value in that type of companies, and this type of strategic partnerships. But as we mentioned, you can't be blind by this information. You have to be cautious and see the reality in the markets. We don't know if it's go higher or not, but you have to decide, will it go or not based in your own opinion.
Let's go to the forecast because this is important to know. We have 7 analysts from Wall Street, and the average of what they think is that the stock should go back to $11, and that's minus almost 51% from current levels. So obviously this is like a risk that you have to assess because obviously you can follow the trend, but maybe it's at the end of it, and if it happens and if it starts to correct, you're gonna face like a huge downtrend, and that's probably one of the problematic things with this stock right now. But the revenue, this is the other thing that we had to comment, on, because obviously Enrique mentioned about the Stellantis, also Nvidia is like they are now buying, they bought the stock, they have like they are having business with them, and the revenue is increasing because of that. But in order to have like a good revenue, for me the good revenue is a positive net income, which is not the case right now. So the revenue is increasing, but they need to also transform this revenue into profits, and that's the key thing right now. It's not happening, and actually the next quarter is gonna have like an estimate for minus 0.10 of the EPS, which is worse than the previous one.
It's interesting because from the technical side, you see all this bullish pattern and price action right there, but we have to mention all the information, and from there, each one could gather their own opinions about this company. Let me paste this information right here because I think it's very interesting. We commented a little bit of it in previous videos. If you have different information or even more information about this or different topics, please share it with us below. We don't have the truth. We just share the information that we have right here in Trading HTSO. And you can clearly see right there the insider selling for this company.
Wow.
Lawrence Marcus, the director, sold 25,000 shares for $350,000 on December 12th of this year at $14 per share. And you can see the price went even higher to more than $10 from there, 24. Then we have more insiders right there. You can read them if you want. And, this pattern has been, as we have the information right here in this stock, it has been common. And, this doesn't mean this is bad or good. This could be due to multiple reasons, but it's more information to take into account. The interesting thing is they sold at a very high price and the price went even higher. That's the interesting part.
Yeah, it happened in the past, and I remember in AMC, the CEO sold shares of the stock when it was like peaking. It was like making new highs. It was completely crazy, and then look at what happened afterwards. And that's the risk. Because if they are selling shares, the CEOs of the companies, of the companies, is because of something. Because maybe it's not real what is happening, and this is the thing that you have to assess, because you can follow the trend, obviously, follow the trend. Trend following is the best strategy you can do, but also knowing the reality that is behind it, that maybe it's just a speculative move and it's gonna end, and when it ends, you're gonna be better off of the downturn that's gonna happen afterwards.
As usual, we don't have the truth about it. We don't know the future. We are just sharing the information that we have. So please share with us your forecast in the comments below and all the information that you may have. And also talking about forecast, we have to mention it as usual. Let's do the update of that section because for this stock we had 7 analysts in the negative territory for the forecast, the minimum minus 75%, the average minus 50, and the maximum minus 8%. The interesting thing is, as we mentioned in previous videos also, they are in the negative territory, but because those price targets were bullish and were highly surpassed. So completely mind-blowing situation.
Exactly, and the annual forecast, yeah, it's gonna be good. In 2025, 2026, it's gonna be even better. The revenue. So obviously, for the long term, the company is growing in revenue. Another thing will be the net income that we have to see, because according to these estimates, the company will be losses by 2027. So maybe in 2027 they enter into profits, but right now the coming years are gonna be negative as well. So for me, that's surprising, because it's making new highs every time. But the company's in losses, and it's gonna continue to be in losses.
So guys, why do you think this is happening? Do you have a reason for that, or do you think this is just hype or a different idea? Please share it with us in the comments below. We're happy to read all your comments. Let's go back to the chart. Remember, the maximum estimate for this forecast was $22 and the average $11. And then we have from the 13th of October, the 30th, sorry. I like to save this data right here. Let me paste it very fast. But you can see the maximum one was, well, I can paste it, but I can read it. The maximum one was $9.50 and the average was 7.79. So they changed it, at least one analyst changed it to $22 and it got again surpassed. So why is that happening, guys? How do you see that?
These are the market guys. It's completely insane.
Right, so let me paste it very, very fast before we finish, because I like that you can see the image right there, to also know that we are not inventing anything. And we have it right there. This is from the 30th, yeah, the last day of October. Maximum $9.50, average 7.70, and the minimum $6. And the price was 5.72. Right now, more than $20.
Wow.
Very interesting stock. Opportunity or not, please share it with us in the comments below. Let's go, TrainHT.
Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next video. Subscribe.
Let's go.